This is Inspired Wellness with Jessica, a safe space for women impacted by their emotions to unlock hope and discover ways to elevate emotional wellness holistically for long-term health and well-being. I am your host, Jessica, advanced EFT practitioner, holistic counselor, meditation therapist, and advanced life coach. Join me for real, raw conversations to educate and inspire you to take control of your emotional well-being. I am so grateful you are here with me. Let's dive straight in. Well, hello. So today's episode of Inspired Wellness with Jessica, I want to talk to you guys about some really simple ways to support yourself if you are having a panic attack when you are driving the car. And this obviously, whatever advice is given in this podcast, you need to take into consideration your own safety, your own situation. These tips need to be used safely. But the thing is, when you are experiencing a panic attack, there is no good time. And, if you're in the middle of a highway or you are stuck in traffic and there is nowhere to safely pull over, which sometimes, that could be the case, particularly if you're bumper to bumper, areas where there's not enough space on the side of the road or it's not safe to do so. Sometimes you can't just do that as this is how I'm going to deal with a panic attack when I'm in the car. And I work with a lot of people who have anxiety, and I hear a lot of people say, I get panic attacks when I'm driving. Okay, so the anxiety over driving is there, and for whatever reason that may be, there is these anxious thoughts leading into getting in the car. And then for whatever reason, people are having panic attacks while they're driving. And I know I've experienced it, and it is so scary. My young girl's in the back seat of the car, and you're like, what am I going to do? I'm going to die. They're going to die. We're all going to die. Like, what's going to happen? It's really frightening because obviously panic attacks are so physical and they're so frightening, and they often feel like you have absolutely no control over them. And that is because, just remember that your logical brain is not in control when you are having a panic attack. Your logical brain, your cortex, your thinking brain is not even anywhere near the picture. So let's talk you through a couple of things that you can try to help yourself with if you are driving the car. And step one is to pull over, but you are not in a position where you can safely do that yet. How can you keep yourself safe? What is your go-to support a panic attack in the car management plan? And you can share these tips with anybody who you might ever go in the car with. So if you are driving and something happens and, your partner's in the car with you, they can say to you, okay, just do this. It's okay, do this. So the first thing I'm going to suggest to you is to put your windows down. It's safe and it's quick, and it's going to help to ground you because you are going to be getting that air on your face. Now, if it is extremely hot where you are, then blast your air conditioner. You just want to get the cold air blowing on your face, but you also could put your wrist when it's safe to, because I'm not condoning anybody taking their hands off the steering wheel. That is not my advice. Let me be very clear. But what I am saying is when you can, put your wrist in front of the air conditioner for a moment, okay? And just let that cold air hit that main vein that runs up through your wrist. This is just like what you would do if you were to run it under some cold water, or if you were to put a piece of ice on there. So get your windows down, okay? Get those elements on your face and blast your air conditioner so you can feel it. Put it on your face, put it on your hands, blast that air conditioner, and use those elements to ground you. That is the first thing that you can do. The next thing that you can do is to breathe. You can always breathe when you are having a panic attack. Take deep breaths in through your nose, into your belly, and exhale. Deep breaths. And now I know one of the things that a lot of people really are fearful of is because when you have a panic attack, your mind is then going to what's going on in your body. It might be your tingling fingers. It might be the feelings in your stomach that you're feeling. It might be the racing heart. Whatever it is for you that's going on, one of the best ways to ground yourself when you're driving your car but stay focused on the road is to talk to yourself. And yep, you heard me correctly. You're going to start talking to yourself, like you are having the best conversation of your life. And what you are going to be doing is you are going to be describing every single thing that you are doing and that you are seeing in the car. And this is going to keep you focused on what you are doing. It is going to keep you focused on the road. I am safely looking for somewhere to pull over. My foot is currently on the accelerator. My car is going 80 kilometers per hour. I can see a car in front of me. It is red. The number plate starts with a Y. The traffic lights are orange. I am slowing down. My foot is moving to the brake. My left foot is doing this. My right foot is doing that. My hand is touching the steering wheel. Now it is touching the air conditioner. Okay, just keeping your focus on your drive. The things that you would normally just automatically put your attention to, those lights, the braking, the accelerating, the car that cut you off, the one that sped past you, the one that's going too slow in front of you, the one that you saw, yesterday. I don't know. I'm just thinking of things that, so what you are doing though is you are just verbalizing the things that you would already be giving your attention to. I am driving my car. I am doing this. I'm changing the radio station. But you are speaking it out loud. And this is a really key thing because what you are doing is your attention is being taken away from your panic attack for starters. And second of all, it is grounding you in your moment. It is actually a fantastic way to practice mindfulness, this as well, just on a completely unrelated note. You can use this technique to spend 10 minutes in your day or 5 minutes in your day having a good old conversation with yourself, but to teach yourself how to practice mindfulness. I am sitting at my desk. I am speaking into my podcast microphone. One hand is on my desk. One hand is nearly being burnt off by the heater right now because it's so cold in Canberra that I feel like I have to practically sit on top of the little heater in my office. Do you get what I mean? I can see this. It is a grounding technique. And I know everybody is very familiar. If you have panic attacks, you're familiar with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But this, when you are driving, keeps you focused on the road, keeps you focused on the cars around you. It helps to take that worry off you that says, what happens if I'm focused on my panic attack and I can't get myself from A to B and I crash? Okay, those thoughts are only going to make your panic worse. So if one of the first things that you can do is start talking to yourself, I'm putting my windows down. I feel that air on my face. My foot is on the accelerator. Again, I'm going 80 kilometers an hour. That petrol light is on. I wonder where the next petrol station is. I'm looking out for a petrol station. Do you get what I'm saying? You need to be observing in the moment, and that is going to be such a powerful tool for you. Another thing that you can do, and again, only, if you're at a set of traffic lights or somewhere where you can safely take your one hand off the steering wheel for a moment, because again, I'm in no way giving you advice to take your hands off the steering wheel when you are driving, but just tap under your eye. If I use tapping in the car whenever I need to, if you can just tap with one hand under that eye point, any moments that you can, even if it's only at every traffic light. Tap and breathe, okay? Just that under the eye point supports anxiety. So I would go straight for that. Another thing that might really support you when you are driving the car and you can't take your hands off the steering wheel is to use your thumbs. So you've got your grip, you've got your grip on the steering wheel, but use your thumbs to tap out a music pattern, like the beat of your favorite song, any song that comes to mind, any random pattern, but just let your thumbs do that tapping. That is also going to be grounding for you because you are bringing your body into the process. But not only that, you are thinking about something else other than that panic attack. Okay, so you might put on some music really quickly and start tapping that steering wheel. Just like, I don't know if you can hear this, but like, just tapping out a beat with your thumbs on the steering wheel. Really simple, but really, really effective. And then, of course, when you can pull over, do some rounds of tapping. If you're in Thrive and you have the Stop a Panic Attack EFT audio, pop that on. Pop it on. Takes like 8 minutes. If you don't have that audio, just tap. Tap and breathe. Use your air conditioner. Use what you have around you. And your mantra, this too shall pass. This will pass. I am safe. Because it will pass. It may feel like it never ends sometimes, but it does. It really, truly does. The panic attack will pass. So I really hope that this episode, I'm going to keep it short and sharp today. I really hope that this episode has helped you if you are somebody who does experience panic attacks when you're driving the car. As I said, keep it as safe as you can. Do not just go and take your hands off the steering wheel. That is not my advice. Let me be very, very, very clear. But, if you are using the tapping, do it when it's appropriate, when it is safe to do so, preferably at a set of traffic lights when you don't, have to have your hands on that steering wheel while you're driving. But as easy as it is to say, stay calm. And I understand because, as I said, I've been there and I've been there many times. Stay calm. Ultimately, you can take back control of that panic attack. Let's just do a quick summary. Wind your windows down and start talking to yourself. I am winding my windows down. I feel the air on my face. My foot is on the accelerator. There's a red car in front of me. The man next to me is picking his nose. Whatever it is that you see, you talk to yourself. And then when you can, you tap, you breathe the whole time. And when it is safe to do so, you pull over. You pull over and you support yourself with whatever your favorite grounding techniques are. And when you can jump out of that car, give yourself a shake off. Help that excess adrenaline to leave your body by giving yourself a shake or going for a walk, doing whatever you can, particularly a walk out in nature. That is it for today's episode, lovelies. Have an amazing day, and I will see you on next week's episode, which of course is next Wednesday. If you would like to share with me your favorite grounding techniques or safety techniques for having a panic attack in the car, I would love to hear them. Head over to my Instagram and send me a DM. It is at inspiredlife.byjessicaann on Instagram, or flick me an email, jessica@inspiredlifecollective.com.au. I would love to know what you already do, or if you try something from this episode and it has helped you, then please share that with me as well, because that would make my day. Stay safe, stay as calm as you can, and know that the panic will pass. Thank you for listening to Inspired Wellness with Jessica. If you enjoyed and found value in today's episode, then please help it to reach others who may also benefit by subscribing on your favorite platform and leaving a review. This would mean the world to me. To get in touch with me, inquire about working privately, or experience one of my online programs, then head to www.inspiredlifecollective.com.au. and I will see you on the next episode.